What's up, bitches? This is Silent Rob, and I'm gonna make a video that I've been wanting to make for quite a while. I've been looking on eBay today, and it looks like Little Samson is now up to $1,300. That's not for a complete copy of this game. That's for cart only $1,300, okay? Let's say you wanted to get the instruction manual with it. That's $809. So almost the cost of the game itself for the instruction manual. Now, is this game so expensive that because it's really that rare? Is this game really that expensive because it's just that good of a game? Or is it that expensive because of this elitist mentality that the retro game community is starting to get over the years, and it's getting worse? Is that the reason? Because that's what I'm starting to lean more towards. You know, I really feel that game collecting in general is just not fun anymore. The days of going to a garage sale and, you know, picking up 5 Super Nintendo systems for a fucking nickel are long gone. When you have YouTube channels like Pat the NES Fuck and Metal Jesus Sucks and all these other fucking channels that put these games on a pedestal and tell you over and over again how rare these fucking games are, and you know how they're just impossible to find, and how they're just so good, and they talk about these fucking things all the time, and you can see it. They release these videos, they talk about this stuff. These motherfuckers on the Game Chasers, they do the exact same thing. They show you this stuff and tell you how rare it is, and people with these items see that, and they think they got fucking gold. They put this shit on a pedestal, and they make game collecting not fun anymore. And it's really to the point that the only reason to even have this stuff is literally for bragging rights. And, you know, I understand, you know, people, this is their childhood. And this is my childhood too. But this isn't the way it was back in the day. Back in the day, you just played a game, you know what I mean? You played the fucking game, you blowed and gave it a blowjob for an hour and a half to get the motherfucker working, and you know, you play the motherfucker, and when you're done with it, you throw it on the floor, and you put another game in, okay? You didn't put it into fucking Al Capone's safe, and keep it in there for fucking 30 years, in the hopes of fucking selling it on eBay for an exorbitant amount of money later on. Playing video games is supposed to be fun. This is not fun anymore. It's not fun to go to a garage sale or a flea market and look at this stuff that's all been fucking cleaned out, because anything worth a damn has already been put up on eBay for prices that are out of most people's reaches. Video games are meant to be played. They're meant to be enjoyed. And when you put a video game on a website for $1,300, the price of a cheap used car, that's a fucking problem. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. If you can't tell, I'm starting to lose my voice, but I'm going to try, you know, to get through this video. I got some talking points I really want to talk about, and a lot of my fans gave me these talking points, and I'm going to talk about them, and I'm going to give shout-outs to the people that gave me these talking points, because I really feel strong about this. Because the only people you guys are helping with this elitist mentality, and it is an elitist mentality. I had a person tell me when I was talking about playing Earthbound on an emulator, because I was trying to beat Earthbound, I had somebody call me a piece of shit for playing it on an emulator rather than playing it on a $250 cartridge, okay? It doesn't take a fucking brain surgeon to figure out why I wouldn't do that. Because I like to have $250 in my account rather than having a fucking 20-year-old piece of fucking plastic and silicon that is just gonna fucking sit on a shelf, that most likely has a dead battery, that most likely it's aging hardware, people, aging carts. Do you guys think that these systems are gonna last forever? Do you think that you're gonna be able to put your Super Nintendo on life support with you? You're gonna be on your deathbed on life support with your Super Nintendo right next to you? You think that these 30-year-old consoles with chips that are older than half of you motherfuckers, in your entire lifespan, like, some of you motherfuckers are way younger than these fucking systems. Half these people that are reselling these Super Nintendos from 1991 were probably born in, like, 1994. Okay, so a lot of you people, this isn't even your childhood. This is just a way to get a quick buck. And, I mentioned this on my comments, and I don't mean to shout you out, Wesley, but you kind of proved my point with your comment that you put on there, man. You're like, man, I got like 6 Nintendos in my garage. I don't got no fear of them breaking everything. I'm like, dude, that's the problem, bro. You know what I mean? I understand, this is a lot of your business. He's sort of a reseller kind of thing going on. But when you take 6 Nintendos and put them in a garage and you don't touch them, that's 6 less Nintendos for people that actually want to play them to be able to play. And that's the problem that a lot of people don't seem to understand with the gaming market. When you guys covet this stuff and you hoard it and you put it in your fucking corner of your room, in your game stack or your game wall in Alpha's case, okay? That's a problem, you know what I mean? That doesn't benefit anybody but you. And I guess that's okay to a point, but at the same time, don't you dare bitch and complain about the game prices being the way they are when you do things like that. That's why it's like that, okay? If there were 6 more Nintendo systems on eBay, they wouldn't be the prices that they are right now. Don't you dare, you motherfuckers, try to say that I'm a piece of shit for playing a clone console or playing an emulator when you got prices on eBay of little Samson, $1,300, okay? $1,300 or free? $1,300, free. Don't give me this piracy shit either, because this fucking company ain't seen a goddamn penny of this shit, okay? The only pockets you're lining are the fucking scalpers, okay? Don't you even fucking dare get on my case about playing a clone fucking console when Super Nintendos in halfway decent shape are over $100 now. These same systems that you could get 10, 15 years ago for $30, around there. I used to clean up 10, 15 years ago and find quite a bit of shit. Not anymore. You can thank these YouTube channels, putting these fucking systems up their asses, acting like they're the best things in the world for $100 Super Nintendos. $100, almost 30-year-old consoles, okay? Now, I'm going to get to these talking points here, because I have a lot to talk about, and only 17 minutes to do so, because I just realized I ain't got very much time on this camera. Dan Redmond, he said games were so much better back in the old days when we had to give blowjobs to game cartridges to get them to work. See, that's a good point, because we put these rose-tinted glasses on, where we like to look at the old days as untouchable, when at the same time, they were horse shit, okay? Let's be completely honest here, people. It fucking sucked ass back then. We got through it with some excellent games, but at the same time, it fucking sucked. You're playing on fucking TVs that you could barely even fucking see, with fucking RF modulator switches that made the picture even worse. You got the TV with the horrible picture, the RF modulator with the horrible picture. It was a miracle you could even see anything at all. I can't even believe I even enjoyed these games, because I basically played them blind. blowing on a game for a half an hour and having a butterfly in China flap its wings, and then it messes up your console and erases your save file, isn't really the things you remember when you think about the good times back in the day, is it? But those things happen to pretty much everybody, in one way or another. So let's quit putting everything on a pedestal from back in the day, because it wasn't all fucking roses. A lot of people are saying they're keeping their cartridges for sentimental reasons, and that's fine. You know, if these games mean a lot to you, that's fine. Okay, keeping a cartridge that you used to like from back in the day is one thing. Keeping 25, 26 of these fucking cartridges and hoarding them like a goddamn fucking maniac, and then putting them on eBay for prices that are fucking astronomical. Because, let's be honest here, people, half this shit on here doesn't even sell, okay? I've seen the same little Samson up on eBay 13 or 14 times. Just because it's on there for that price doesn't mean somebody's buying it. And at the same time, maybe there's somebody out there that really wants to buy that game. Maybe that game means a lot to that person. But there's no possible way they could possibly afford $1,300. And somebody brought up, so anything before the... Alexander did. He brought up, so anything before the PS1 ages and becomes unplayable. Not just before PS1. PS1 also. Discs are not safe from this. PS1 systems were pretty much dog shit back in the day. PS2 systems were even worse. These systems are not going to last forever, people. Okay? You can try to get as long as you can, and I wish you guys luck, and it's great. I like playing on original hardware, too. Me and my brother were just playing, hooked up our old N64 the other day and was rocking it, okay? It's still fun. But let's not sit here and act like it's somehow superior than what you can get on an emulator or on a Raspberry Pi or on a modded Vita, okay? Just because you feel the nostalgia and have more fun playing on the original hardware does not make it better, and does not make you superior to anybody else for playing it on the original hardware. Okay? The only thing you're doing is getting an original console, some $200 fucking video converter, because it's going to look like dog shit on your TV otherwise, and some $200 fucking copy of a goddamn game that you want to play because of the astronomical prices. God help you if you want to collect for Nintendo. I fucking feel bad for you. I mean, Sega you could still collect for, it's not too bad, but it's just not feasible for a lot of people. So when everybody's shitting on everybody that wants to play these emulators and everything to enjoy these games from their youth, it doesn't do anything but make you guys look like elitist assholes. Some of us don't give a fuck, okay? Some of us just want to play the game. We don't care if the fucking goddamn frame rate is exactly the same. We don't care if the fucking scan lines aren't the exact same width. As a matter of fact, most of us don't want that goddamn bullshit. We just want it to fucking play, throw in some save states in that bitch so we don't lose our save fucking file every time we turn the fucking console off, okay? These are all viable means to play these games. But you know how many arguments I get into on people on a daily basis trying to make me look like a piece of shit for playing an emulator? Then you got people like Pat the NES Punk that want to crap on people for doing this stuff, unless it's a game that he permits you to play on a fucking emulator or as a repro cart, okay? Give me a fucking break, people. I saw an Earthbound repro cart at a game store the other day for $150. What the fuck is going on here, people? Are you serious? This is not an official cartridge. This is something that fucking Jim Bob made in his goddamn fucking garage and dissected another fucking game Frankenstein style and burned Earthbound onto the ROM and sent it to you. This is not $150 fucking dollars. What's happening here, people? We've all lost sight of what it means to be a gamer, of what it means to have fun. We're all just thinking about making money, about making that buck. Oh, how many of these can I buy so I can sell it? Oh, better buy 2 or 3 of these so I can resell it on eBay. You're not thinking about if the game's good. You're just thinking about money. That's not video games. It's not what it's about. Got a couple more talking points I want to get to. Guru Larry said, don't forget to bring up Pat the NES cunt. He's the prick who pushes them. He talks shit about others doing it. Yep, exactly. Not only do ROMs and emulators look better on HDTV, most of them perform better too, with less flicker, lag, and save states. This is what I'm talking about, people. These are all viable means of playing these games, okay? Whatever your conscience wants to make you feel like on the inside that, oh, I shouldn't be doing this because Nintendo's not gonna get their fourth installment of my fucking Mario Brothers 3 fucking payment that I fucking bought 4 fucking times. Okay, I've already bought Mario 3 67 times. I'm not buying it again. You can bet your fucking ass I'm gonna download the fucking ROM for it. You'd be an idiot not to. So don't fucking tell me, bitches, with my 300 fucking game PS1 collection taking over my room slowly, that I haven't put in my dues. Don't you fucking tell me that I'm doing it wrong somehow, because I'm not. And don't you fucking tell me that, oh, maybe you shouldn't play Little Samson if you can't afford. Little Samson ain't worth $1,300, okay? It ain't that good of a game. No game is that good of a game. Earthbound is not even rare. It's only rare because people are telling you it's rare and taking your rare money that you're spending towards it. I'm old enough to remember stores not being able to give away Earthbound. And now you're given one whole month's paycheck for it. You're crazy, okay? Can we as a gaming community get it together, possibly? Can this gaming bubble finally fucking bust? Okay? Can we all get on our fucking meds and stop trying to make a buck? It'd be nice, but I doubt it's gonna happen. This is what I want to talk about, bitches. I might make a part 2 eventually, but think about that stuff. Silent Rob out. What's up, bitches? This is Silent Rob, and this is an enormous McDonald's beverage full of orange high C. I'm about to ingest it, motherfucker. Oh yeah. Getting that goodness before they get rid of it. Which is gonna suck. They were telling me they're gonna get rid of, like, my favorite drinks. So I'm like, eat shit, motherfuckers. I'm like, I don't even know why I even go to McDonald's. They disappoint me every time I go. So, I wanted to make a sort of a part 2 of my retro wake-up call videos, as it seemed a lot of people kind of see where I'm coming from on this, and agree with me, because let's think about this for a minute. Do people really want this trend to continue? I mean, do you really want it to get to the point that Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, in order to buy it, you have to take out a mortgage on your fucking house? People, this game is like up to like $15 now, okay? 15, 20. I've seen it for 20. A game that came for free with your goddamn system, okay? Same thing with Dragon Warrior, a game that every motherfucker and their dog who had Nintendo Power had a copy of. Okay, my dad had that game. He basically threw it away. Like, he hated it. Like, he was just like, you want this? Like, he hated it. Could not fucking stand it. Didn't understand how to play it. And it wasn't until I got older that I appreciated it. Everybody had this game if you had Nintendo Power. And now, just because it's Dragon Warrior, and just because it's Nintendo, people think that it's worth your firstborn child to get this fucking game. It's just not fun anymore, people. And I talked about this in my previous video. And, you know, a lot of people, a couple people in the comments said that, well, Rob, it's a business, it's blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a business. Okay, video games have been around for a long time. But this fucking bullshit right here is fairly recent. And you can't deny that the upshot in these prices coincides with these YouTube channels pandering to these elitist nut jobs and people that this is all they fucking got. These motherfuckers talking about protecting their integrity when all you're protecting is your virginity, okay? Nobody fucking cares about your game collection, okay? The only reason I even make my game collection videos is because I do actually get people that ask me if I have this game or if I have that game. And instead of answering each and every one of these questions, I feel it's just easier to show this shit. And it's not like my entire channel is nothing but that, okay? I'm not Metal Jesus Sucks Dick up here, okay? What's the point of this Metal Jesus motherfucker? Okay? I've never seen a YouTube channel before where somebody's guests on the show know more than the actual host does. Doesn't that strike you as a little strange? You know, like this guy's like, he's like deranged, like he's just like senile or something, doesn't even know where he's at. And is like, his hosts are like correcting him in his own shit. Like he's pulling out games that are his. I was like, I've loved this game for years, and he'll try to talk about it, and he's wrong, like all the time. It's just like this guy worked at Sierra for maybe 5 minutes at one time 30 years ago, and we're supposed to take everything this guy says as facts. Never understood that. But I'm getting off topic. I want to talk about some other stuff. I got a list of things, and I'm gonna go to it, bitches. It's on like Donkey Kong. So, in my last video, I talked about garage sales. Garage sales are not fun anymore. I don't even go to them anymore. Because everybody has cell phones. Even your great-grandfather can get his cell phone, go on eBay in 2 seconds, and check a price. Going to a garage sale and finding 13 copies of Madden 04 isn't exactly what I call a good time. So I'm not waking up at the crack of fucking dawn to go out and, you know, find fucking half fucking destroyed Xboxes that look like people are using them as a toilet. Fucking old ass fucking copies of fucking old golf games and Madden and Bubsy on the fucking Super Nintendo for the millionth time. What we got here? You know, the fucking Sega Genesis Menacer cartridge with no Menacer gun? Hooray! You know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit every fucking time, man. I got Trader's World about an hour away from me. It's near Kings Island. It's this big flea market called Trader's World. And it's fucking mental. Like, every time I go, it gets worse. Okay, it's a flea market. You're supposed to be able to haggle with people. It's to the point on these flea markets that people think that they got, like, retail stores or something. Motherfuckers think they're Walmart and shit. I'm like, this one time I tried to haggle with a dude over $1, okay? And I'm standing there talking to this motherfucker who hardly speaks English. Okay, he had a Blu-ray for $15. All I had in my pocket was $14. He wouldn't take the $14. I'm like, dude, you're not going to sell this, okay? It's just going to sit here. You would rather not take the $14 and just have the motherfucker sit there than to haggle, okay? People think that this stuff is gold, you know what I mean? I've done the same shit with video games over there. People don't want to haggle anymore. People don't understand what a flea market, what a garage sale is. And I remember when I was a kid, man, I used to get up early and go with my mom garage sailing, man. It was so fun. Every time we went, we found something. A Sega Genesis with a ton of games. Super Nintendo with a ton of games. I remember getting half my Sega Genesis collection off one garage sale visit in a, like, sort of upscale neighborhood one time. It was next to a teacher that I used to... It was my 4th grade teacher, right next door to him. We got like 30, 40 Sega Genesis games for like $15. You know what I mean? I remember I was super into Super Metroid at the time. Super Metroid pretty much took over a year and a half of my life, okay? It was my life for a long time. And I wanted to play the original because I'd never played it. And I remember telling my mom, I was like, I want to get this Metroid. She's like, well, go garage sailing with me tomorrow. Maybe you'll find it. And I fucking shit you not, I found a fucking copy of Metroid. It was the yellow label version, like the re-release that they had. Found it, bitches. It was a glorious day. I'll never forget that. It was awesome. And I found it for like $3, okay? Now, you have to give up a fucking kidney for fucking Metroid. Don't even get me started, okay? But it's not like that anymore. You got these people on YouTube that are ruining it. And, you know, I know it's hard to think that these channels that you watch, these channels that you enjoy, are ruining your hobby, okay? It's not very hard to realize that all people have to do is turn YouTube on and look up one of their favorite games and see somebody on their fucking favorite YouTube channel being like, oh my god, I found this game. This game's worth like $40 bazillion. Oh my god. I can't even fucking believe I found this. I'm gonna stick it on my butt right now. Brr, 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 okay? And then they look at their copy like, oh my god, I'm gonna put this on eBay right now for $40 million. You know what I mean? It never sells, but it's still on eBay for an exorbitant amount of money. And they hoard it because their favorite YouTuber said it's worth money. That's what happens. It's a vicious cycle. You got these people, okay? There's this guy I watch. I can't remember what his name was. I was trying to figure out what it was. I can't remember what his YouTube channel name is to save my life, but he like goes to flea markets and garage sales and stuff. And I was watching this video of his, and this motherfucker goes to a flea market before they open and pretends to be a vendor, okay, and sneaks in this motherfucker and goes up to all the vendors and buys up all the video game stuff, okay? Gets buddy-buddy with each and every one of these people. Asks them if they have video games for sale, even if they're not displayed. And leaves with a truckload of games. Hours before the fucking place even opens up. And what puzzles me is there's people in the comments that are like, way to go, man. Awesome. That's awesome you found that. And man, that's a good deal. But like, are you fucking retarded? Like, what is wrong with you people? You like that? That he's taking away any fucking chance that you have of going to this flea market and finding a deal on a video game? You like the fact that he's getting all the deals and you're getting jack fucking shit? You like the fact that this guy is breaking the rules for his own benefit. So even if you follow the rules and get up at the crack of dawn on your day off, because I work second shift, so crack of dawn isn't something I usually see with my own two eyes. And you go to this fucking flea market, which the nearest one for me is like an hour away, for a waste of time. Because this fucking slob knocker already bought everything for basically nothing. This is what most of these flea market channels I see are. People are overstepping lines now. People are going up and knocking on doors of people that aren't even having garage sales and asking them if they got video games. These motherfuckers are like the Jehovah's Witnesses of resellers. Where's the fucking lines at here, people? Can it even remotely be fair anymore? I mean, the next step is just stealing people's shit. You're just going to kick open their door and take their games. You're not even going to ask anymore. That takes too much work. It's a joke, people. You know, I used to go to Goodwill all the time. I used to go with my mom, too. And I haven't gone in forever, and I'll tell you why. I think I might have covered this in a stream. But I'll tell you why. I went to Goodwill a few months back, and I've noticed a downturn on video games in general. You just don't see them anymore. Used to see them for years. I got one of the rarest PS1 games I ever got at Goodwill. It's a game called Fox Hunt. It's super rare. I got it for like $3. But I was just like, I was like, cool. Goodwill visit. And that was it. Like, after that, I have not found a goddamn fucking thing at Goodwill. And I just keep going back, like, every month or so. And nothing. The occasional fucking, like, Whitney Houston music CD. And fucking, oh, here's a Devo CD without the fucking disc in it. You know what I mean? Oh, that's good. I'll get that. No video games. So I walked up to the counter because I was pissed that day. And I went up to him, I was like, what's going on with this? I was like, I used to come in here all the time and get video games. I'm like, why can't I ever find shit in here anymore? And they're like, oh, well, if we ever get video games anymore, we either auction them off here or we put them on Amazon and sell them. So even Goodwill, a place that people bring shit instead of throwing it away, okay? This is the next step to the dumpster. Even the dumpster is reselling shit. So there is no hope anymore, people. Okay? The word is out. People know. I'm sorry. It's over. And you can go to these garage sales, and yeah, you still might find a deal or two. You know, here's a GameCube for $20. Okay, whoop-de-fucking-do. The days of the motherloads are done. It's over. People know these things are worth shit. Like I said, you might be able to get a deal here or there, but it's definitely not fun anymore. Okay? You're definitely paying more money than you would be for 35-year-old shit. NES systems are like 35 years old, people. I'm not giving you $80 for one. Eat a fucking dick. Okay? That motherfucker probably has 2 or 3 more turn-ons. You turn it on 2 or 3 more times, and it's gonna blow up. And I had somebody in the comments that were like, oh, these systems, they don't have moving parts. They're gonna outlast you. Fucking think so, motherfucker. You obviously don't know what you're fucking talking about. Video game systems with moving parts, yeah. CD drives, shit like that, it burns up. They die. Usually those can be replaced, okay? Chips have a lifespan, okay? We're talking, maybe a chip has like a 30-year lifespan. Under perfect John Travolta boy in the plastic bubble conditions, but that's not real life conditions. When you're playing a video game, you're talking about, you got the elements, you got heat, you got moisture, you got voltage spikes, okay? Thunderstorms, bugs, pests, dropping it, little brothers, little sisters, sticky cartridges, fucking anything can happen to these systems. It's not gonna last forever. I've had systems just stop working. I had a Sega Genesis way back in the day just stop working. I had a Super Nintendo get hit by a bolt of lightning. I had a Super Nintendo just stop working for no reason. I had 3 Super Nintendos at one point. I'm not even sure if the one I have still works. Okay? This shit, you know what I mean, is getting up there in age, you know what I mean? Like, this shit's starting to slow down, you know what I mean? It's starting to, you get behind Super Nintendo on the highway, and you want to pass that motherfucker because he's driving too goddamn slow, you know what I mean? He's slowing down. We don't all stay young forever. People want to hoard this stuff, and they think they're going to have it forever. Motherfucker, you aren't forever. You going to be buried with your Super Nintendo? Grow up. Comic books. The bubble burst on it. Back in 1993. With this same dog shit. Comic books were like $25, $26 a pop. Back in 1980s money. Okay? I know people that remember this. It went up and up and up until it couldn't go up anymore, and it died with a crash. It was the comic book crash. And those same comic books are worth diddly dick. Same thing with baseball cards. Okay? Those you can make a case out of, maybe those can last forever. If you take care of comic books, you seal them away, okay, I get it. You can probably make those last forever. You can do that technically with a video game system, but you are not using this system the way it's intended to be used. Okay? You're a punk. You got 6 Nintendo systems in your garage doing nothing. Okay? It's a joke. We have all lost sight as to what it means to be a gamer. Nobody can talk about retro games anymore without talking about value and what it's worth. How about what it's worth to you? How about what this game means to you? Do you guys ever hear about me selling? Do I ever talk about selling things on eBay? You know, I'll get on my Facebook and I'll ask if somebody wants to buy this or buy that, you know, because maybe I'm short on money for the week or something, you know what I mean? But it's never for high prices. And it sure as shit isn't for Neo Turf Masters on the AES. $21,000. Actually, $21.99, so it's $21,999, so $22,000. For a video game! That's a fucking car! A nice car! And this motherfucker, you can go on there right now, it's on there, $22,000 for a fucking Neo Geo game. And this fucking prick, okay, this knob goblin, has the audacity to charge $3.99 shipping on a $22,000 game. I'm like, what the fuck? What's that gonna cost you, dude? Like 10, 15 bucks in shipping? I don't even care if it's international. You just got $22,000. You're a fucking lowlife. And I sent him a message on eBay about it. And this guy actually sent me one back in his little elitist fucking way. And I wish I would have fucking had it up here because I don't want to have to get it. I might put it up on my Facebook. But this guy's like, oh, well, I sold one a few years ago for $19,000. And because I brought up the gaming bubble too, I was like, you think you're gonna keep doing this forever? You think games are gonna go up to where Neo Turf Masters is $1 million? He's like, oh, well, the bubble's not gonna burst, man. The prices just keep on going up. Okay, thanks for your response, though. Okay, elitist! Prick! You are a fuck. You know how many people, okay, probably have that game as maybe the one that they need to finish a collection or to maybe get a collection started? That's not even a good example because if you're collecting for Neo Geo AES, you're a goddamn fucking motherfucker with too much money to begin with, okay? That's a joke. You can get all those games for free, people. If you want to play those games, you can play them. And if you grew up with Neo Geo, which I doubt, and if you did, you're just a fucking rich kid that I don't pity anyways. So I don't pity you for not having this to fucking complete your collection. Suck on my ball sack, dude. Okay, because you got way too much money. If I went over to a motherfucker's house when I was a kid and he had a fucking Neo Geo AES system, I probably would have kicked his ass, okay? Only rich motherfuckers had that. Same thing with the 3DOs, okay? Same thing with all those other fucking expensive-ass fucking systems. Nobody had that shit, okay? Unless they're rolling around in fucking Beamers, okay? Those motherfuckers. You always got one kid at the high school rolling around in a fucking Beamer, okay, talking about turbo graphics in the conversation that everybody else is talking about in fucking NES and shit, okay? Eat a dick, dude. We ain't even talking to you, okay? So I don't give a fuck that you can't afford Neo Turf Masters. I got them all for free, bitches. How about that? $21,000? Free. And I got a titty in my mouth later on, okay? Which is something you virgin motherfuckers are never gonna have. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares that you have Neo Turf Masters on the AES. You don't. Nobody cares. You got you want to see something pathetic? Go watch Game Sack. Okay, go watch Game Nutsack. This motherfucker on there, this middle-aged man, has Neo Turf Masters by some dick that he sucked to get it. And he wastes no time to show you guys this game every chance he gets. Because he knows how expensive it is. He knows that it's just sitting on a shelf, and he's trying to justify his purchase. So even if the episode has nothing to do with Neo Geo or Neo Turf Masters, which there's not very many opportunities to talk about that, he's showing it off in this motherfucker. I watched an episode with the Analog NT Mini Nintendo system, which I'm going to touch upon in a minute, and he somehow gets that Neo Turf Masters thing, and it's like, Neo Turf Masters, I got it, okay? Cherish me, love me, okay? I got this expensive game. Nobody cares. Oh my god. Analog NT Mini, $449 NES, okay? It's made out of, like, titanium alloy. You can drop it off a fucking cliff, it'll create a crater. Guess what? If a slight breeze from 2 miles away even gets close, the game's gonna mess up. They're talking about the build quality on this thing in the GameSack episode, and they put the cartridge in, and the cartridge is like moving. They blow on it, and it moves, and it messes up the game. For $449 fucking dollars, it needs to have the fucking tightest iron grip, virgin fucking pussy grip in the entire world for $449. What's the fucking point if it's just gonna mess up like an original NES? Just so you can flaunt this fucking overpriced piece of shit? What's wrong with you? You can get a clone console for $20, and it'll work the exact same. Gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about this scan line's thickness? And screen size, motherfucker, please. Okay? If I blindfolded you, I'd like to take a test with some of these fucks and blindfold them and put them in a room, okay, and get these systems set up. Raspberry Pi on one end, Analog NT Mini on the other, okay? Put like a blanket over the system so you can't see it. Take the blindfold off. Which one is which? I bet you. I fucking bet you. I want to see this test. Legit. Done. Can somebody please do this to an elitist? And see if they can fucking even point it out. And if they can, I guarantee they've never touched a fucking breast. That's all I gotta say about that. You know, it's the same thing, like, what really set me off the other day, I saw this ROM dumper. Like, you could buy a ROM dumper and dump your own ROMs of games that have already had their ROMs dumped for 30 years. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just download the game! Do you think... Okay, I'm not a religious person, but if you are, do you think you're gonna be at the gates of heaven, okay? And that motherfucker's gonna pull the book out and be like, I don't know, man, you downloaded Neo Turf Masters ROM, put it on your Raspberry Pi 3. Eternal damnation, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Do you really think in your head that that's gonna happen? Okay? Because you didn't give a slime ball on eBay $21,000 that you are going to burn in hell for it. No. It's not gonna happen. Why? Do you really think anybody cares that you have these games? Okay? Nobody would even know you had them if you'd have to tell people all the time. Last thing I want to talk about real quick is Pat the NES Punk. And I talked about this fuck a little bit in my last part. And I only got 4 minutes left, but I'm going to finish with this prick. I don't like this motherfucker at all, okay? He's part of the reason all this shit's going down. So, you got this guy who spends his entire life savings on plastic and silicon. Okay? Pays like $56,000 for an NES game. That's a house! Okay? That's a fucking house, bro. You're an idiot. But I digress. You have all the NES games, okay? Great. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay? So that makes you everybody's NES savior? That makes you the voice of NES? Because you have all the games? I don't fucking think so, dude. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what your ratings are in a book that you fucking wrote and what you think about each and every game. Just because you bought something does not make you a master of it. Okay? Just because I go out and buy some fucking golf clubs doesn't make me Tiger Woods, bitches. Okay? And that's not even a good fucking analogy, because that motherfucker don't even golf no more, okay? Like, give me a fucking break. That'd be like, oh, I just bought a basketball, now I'm Larry Bird. I guess, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Larry Bird ain't doing shit anyways, okay? But I digress. This guy talks down to you like you're a piece of garbage about downloading a ROM and playing it instead of buying the game. Do you know why this is? And I was talking to Goo Larry about this. Do you know why that is? Okay? Do you know why he talks these games up and tells you how rare they are and all this shit and creates a big fervor around these games? Okay? It's because he has an investment in this. He's got like $200,000 into these games. He doesn't want anybody to think that they're worthless, okay? Because he's got a landfill, basically, in his house, if that was the case. He goes to expos. He sells this shit. This is like his deal, okay? He wants you guys to think that this stuff is so rare when it's garbage, okay? Who cares what Pat the NES fuck has? You can all have what he has right now. Go online. Go to Google. Type in NES ROM lot. Okay? NES ROM pack. You can get them all in 10 minutes. Fuck that shit, people. Okay? He's got an attitude. He's a fuck. Why would anybody want to watch this guy? He wants you to believe that these games are more rare than what they are. So if you want to play it and be legit, according to him, you got to talk to him. You got to come to him. He's the only one that can give you that good shit. What are you buying? What are you selling? Don't do it, bitches. This video is 30 minutes long. I hope you guys have sat through the entire thing. I might even have another part in store. We will see. Alright, bitches. It's not Rob. Out. We both got the game. You spent the money. We both got the game. I saved my money too. We're both playing the game. It's the same fucking game. Who's the smart one? Me or you, bitches? About to start that shit off with a song. Not giving a fuck. As usual, okay? Because let's think about this for a minute, okay? I got the third part here going. This is a little mini hidden third part because I'm going to re-upload this on my main channel. For those that have watched it again, you might be like, oh, fucking crazy hidden mini third part, okay? Or you may not say that at all, but I'm just saying, you know, I'd like to put in a little extra part here, kind of sum everything up that I've stated in the two previous parts. You know, I've had a few people in the comments state shit, you know, to me. They've messaged me, and they've said stuff like, you know, I feel bad if I don't give the money, if I'm just playing the game. Well, people, look, okay, you're not helping out anybody but these people that are trying to screw you over, okay? These scalpers don't give a fuck. You think that these scalpers are taking 10-20% of this profit and giving it over to Nintendo? Even if you used to give it to Nintendo, you're not giving it to the developers that made the game, okay? Do you really support Nintendo putting out half-assed fucking ports of the same games over and over again? Like, that's cool to you guys? Like, you want that? You know, like, the Wii U Virtual Console was dog shit. So even if when you have the opportunity to give them your money, you'd rather not do it because it's horse shit. How do you fuck up something you've already got right with the previous system? The fucking virtual console, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. And then people wonder why people want to emulate this shit. I would have probably given you my money here or there if it was any fucking good. Not me personally, but if I had a Wii U and some alternate dimension Rob, where he's clean shaven and, you know, is successful, that Rob would maybe buy it again. But nah, I'm done. I've already bought those games a million fucking times, okay? Raspberry Pi, bitches. I paid my dues, eat a fucking dick. But even if you want to buy the games, you get subpar games. You can barely see them. They're dark as fuck. My brother bought some stuff on the virtual console, a couple things, and never did again. I gave him a fucking Raspberry Pi for Christmas, and the rest is history. Even if you want to, you can't. There's roadblocks put into place every single fucking time. It's a fucking joke. And then some people are like, oh, but I feel bad. But people, look, I'm not telling you to pirate brand new games, okay? That's fucking wrong. That leads to games being $59, okay? That's why we pay that much. It's for fucking scumbags that pirate brand new games. That's why half these PC motherfuckers are always bitching and complaining about not getting console ports of fucking shit. Like, it takes them like 4 years to get a console port. It's because you slime balls are downloading the game for free. Why would they want to give you guys ports, okay? Give me a fucking break. Half the motherfuckers I know that play PC download everything for free. So why would they want to put anything on that? They're just giving you guys games for free, okay? So quit your fucking bitching. There's a fucking line, okay? But some people have this, like, morality thing that they think that, like, this one guy I know, like, he just doesn't play ROMs. Oh, ROM. Same thing with, like, Pete Dorr. Acts like he's, like, against his fucking, like, his religion of his gayness religion or whatever the fuck he's got going on, you know, like, whatever, dude, okay? You motherfuckers are already breaking one of the 10 Commandments anyways. Thou shalt not covet. What the fuck do you motherfuckers think you're doing every single time you're watching these fucking YouTube videos, okay? Oh, man, I want that. Oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I gotta go get that. Oh, I have that now because I seen him have that and I want that now and I gotta go get that, okay? Okay, you broke it every single time, motherfuckers. Okay, your entire wall is thousands of times of breaking this retarded commandment. So don't even start sitting there telling me you're righteous, that you gotta fucking, I gotta fucking play this game this way so I feel good about myself. Eat a fucking dick, bitches, okay? You know, there's a couple channels that I haven't talked about that I'd like to talk about that, you know, that are just really running it into the ground, and it's gone above and beyond. Like, there's this channel, I'll turn out, like, I have what I call my background noise channels. And this channel called My Life in Gaming is definitely one of those channels. This is a fucking channel. This is just Virgin fucking Central, okay? Like, this is like the epicenter of virginity, okay, with these motherfuckers. Like, 2-hour videos on how to get the best picture out of your Super Nintendo. Like, are you fucking serious, motherfucker, okay? I got titties to suck. I ain't got time to be watching that. Only reason I cannot imagine anybody fucking watching this being like, oh man, okay, I gotta do that. That's amazing. I want to do that because it looks exactly the same. They'll put you guys gotta see this shit, man. It'll blow your mind. They put like a side by side, like they test it on like 50 different things and they'll put it side by side on what it looks like. And it looks exactly the same through every single screen. Okay, maybe if I got out the fucking Hubble telescope, okay, and fucking looked at it through that, then maybe I can find like 1 pixel of a difference. But who the fuck's doing that? Why would anybody care? I mean, these people like appeal to like severe OCD, like ridiculousness, okay? Nobody fucking cares that much. Like, are you serious? Why does anybody fucking care? They're always talking about this Framemeister thing, okay? Like, got the it's not, you can't compare it to the Framemeister. Well, I hooked it up to the Framemeister. I'm like, motherfuckers, if you say Framemeister one more goddamn time, okay, nobody's gonna survive it. I guarantee it, okay? What? First of all, do they have to call it the Framemeister? Is that the best they could come up with, okay? Give me a fucking break, okay? The Frame Scrumbly Meister, okay? The fucking she shall by the Seesaw Meister, okay? What the fuck is going on here, people? It's $449 on fucking eBay. Okay, I don't know if they don't make it anymore or what. It doesn't make any fucking difference. You can put it on an emulator. It looks exactly the same. Just to make yourself feel, just for bragging rights, y'all, I have an NES with a Framemeister. Oh, shit. Pussy everywhere, bitches, yeah. Okay, that's right. Because you bitches get laid all the time telling them bitches you got the Framemeister going on, okay? I have the Dickmeister, okay? That's what I give the hoes. They don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. When have you ever brought a girl over to your place and shown them your game wall and it gets them dripping wet right there, okay? Yeah, never happened. As a matter of fact, if they were gonna fuck you and they came in and seen that shit, you may have lost your fucking opportunity, okay? It may have went out the fucking door. Lil Samson has never turned on a girl. It's never happened. Okay, you whip that fucking shit out, she's not gonna stick it up her butt. Guaranteed. There's priorities you guys gotta have here, okay? It only matters to you. You know what I mean? It only matters to you. And that should be enough, but at the same time, it's not. These people have to reflect on everybody else. They can't just do their own thing, you know what I mean? Because when you buy a $22,000 cartridge, it's not enough to just do that, you know what I mean? I think it's like against the law to keep that shit to yourself. You have to fucking stand on the roof and fucking yell, I just bought a $22,000 game! Okay? Like, anybody fucking gives a rat's ass. It's a joke, people. It can't possibly get any worse than this shit. I just seen on eBay an unopened, brand new copy of the Steel Battalion controller for $125 fucking grand, okay? Okay, what the fuck is going on with the world? I'm done, man. I'm clocking out. I'm going home. I can't take this shit no more, man. 125 grand for a controller that plays one goddamn game, okay? On a system that's like 16 years old. Yeah, seems like a good idea. Where's my wallet? I gotta find my fucking wallet. Where's that? Oh yeah. Not gonna happen, bitches. What the fuck? 100. They don't give a fuck if that controller's made out of solid fucking gold. I don't care if that controller is gonna suck my dick every hour on the hour, okay? Still ain't worth 125 fucking grand, bitches. You can get like 3 Lamborghinis for that, bitches. You can get a mansion for that, bitches. Around here, you can get like the nicest house ever for $125,000. People have lost their fucking minds. The meds have run out. There are no more. They are dry. People, when you got these people that, can you imagine like how many people that collect these games have mental conditions? You know what I mean? Like, and they see this shit and it just sets them off. Because you have to have a mental condition to put Steel Battalion controller up on eBay for 125 grand. I mean, there's got to be something wrong with you, okay? Nobody, no, okay? The fuck out of my face. There's got to be a limit. This shit has come past the point of no return. People have just, you know, I think the only thing, like, I think eBay needs to, like, start charging people for putting up bids. Like, I really think that maybe that's the solution. Like if you put up a bid, like, 2 or 3 times and it don't sell, eBay should start charging you for that. Maybe that would help a little bit. Because with the way eBay's set up, it gives these fucking people free reign to just be jack-offs all the fucking time. But even if they did that, people would circumvent it and make other accounts, and who knows, like, it's literally the worst it's ever been, people. And, it takes a while for this shit, like, it goes up and down, because it's a fickle fucking hobby to have. I don't know if you guys remember when Final Fantasy VII and Xenogears were like over $100 fucking dollars, because I remember, and at the same time, it finally did come down. But that's not a supply and demand thing. This is taking advantage of people. It runs way deeper than just supply and demand. Final Fantasy VII is one of the best-selling games, period. It's one of the best-selling RPGs. It's everywhere. They re-released it on Greatest Hits. Black Label version, they had multiple versions of. They had a misprint version, which I have. They had tons of these games. And it was over $100. Okay? What the fuck? And this isn't even because there's, like, not any copies out there, okay? This is, like, around the time Advent Children came out, and all these other, like, Final Fantasy was, ramping up. I think this is around the time, like, it might have been about the time when 13 came out, and people were preying on everyone's nostalgia for this series. And it got to the point that Final Fantasy VII was over $100. This can happen in a fucking instant. Your favorite games are just astronomical. It's not because there's not any copies out there. It's because people covet them and price them to oblivion to prey on everybody's nostalgia or to prey on when a game comes out. It's really like there's an underlying nastiness about it. Because I remember that, man, when Advent Children came out. Because people want to go back and they want to play Final Fantasy VII. Nope. Digital copy came out and it lowered, but it took time even after that. When people think they have gold, and there's nothing keeping them from lowering the prices, they're going to keep them up. Something has to break, people. It has to stop. This stuff is just plastic. It's just, like games you're supposed to be played. If you have a way to play games, and emulators will be around forever, okay? And the only people that are telling you that emulators are wrong are people that have stake in this business, okay? These people don't want you to play emulators. These people don't want you to play ROMs. I've heard it my entire life. And 9 times out of 10, it's people that have business in this fucking shit, or it's the other 1% is like the morality police, the super religious, crazy people, which, like I said, they're already breaking commandments left and right, but they're hypocrites, so it doesn't really matter. The last thing I wanted to talk about real quick is video game stores. Not necessarily GameStop, because they're past the point of no return with the GameStop. You guys know how I feel with that shit. Their stocks are plunging. Nobody gives a rat's ass about them anymore, okay? I'm talking about these mom and pop stores. I'm talking about these little shops. These shops have the opportunity to, circumvent this eBay shit, this greed shit, and to be halfway decent people. You can find good shops here or there, which is really coming down to, it's almost the last bastion of hope that the gamer has, is a game shop. That if you can find a game shop owner who's a decent guy, who's going to get stuff for you, he makes a little bit of profit, but he, gives you a good deal too, then that's about the only hope you have anymore of having, halfway decent luck with finding shit, because, that's it. Like, there's nothing else. And even then, you're not going to get that big a deal, because he's got to make a profit. He's not going to give you shit for free. But you got to find that good game store. Like I go to Phasers on Stun, and My buddy Spencer works over there, and he'll hook me up, like as best as he can. I mean, he doesn't want to get in trouble and shit, but he'll hook me up, with good prices on Nintendo Power magazines and stuff like that. If I bring something in and sell him, he hooks me up with good prices. He knows that that's the way to keep customers. But you got these other fucking stores that you go to that just prove the point that it's getting bad. You got stores around here, and I'm sure you guys have these same stores. I got a store around here called Buybacks. That's a goddamn motherfucking joke. Like, the prices are insanity. Like, they want like almost $90 for fucking Diablo on the PS1 and shit. Like, motherfucker, please, okay? Like, I got bills and shit, alright? Get the fuck out of here. The only decent deal I ever got with Buybacks, I got a memory card for my Vita for free because they couldn't take it. This guy brought one in, they couldn't take it, so they had it there, and he's just like, you can just have this. I was like, oh my god, I literally about had a nervous fucking breakdown because I actually left Buybacks with something. It's the first time that's ever happened. Like, they got the worst fucking prices you've ever seen. And then there's this other fucking store I go to in this little town called Piqua. And there's this town called Are You Game? Are You Game? It's like the worst, like, crack den of a fucking game store you've ever fucking seen. Like you walk in and this dude that runs the store acts like you're like coming in his house and shit. Like you're just like coming in unexpected. You open the door, he's like, you know what I mean? Like he's just looking like it's just fucking, like it's like fucking Gollum with the one ring, like, precious, okay? And his little fucking, unshowered buddies come in there fucking talking to him about fucking gay-ass bullshit, and he's fucking standing there fucking hoping that you get the fuck out. It's got this weird vibe to it. And he's got shit just strung out through the fucking store, like, all fucking crazy. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. He's got a little glass case that he wants to act like is rare shit, but there's nothing even remotely rare in this motherfucker. And it's just like, what the fuck? So, like, I went up to him and I'm just like, you got any RPGs? I mean, everything. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll hook you up. He gets behind the counter and just puts a stack of fucking games up on the table, like 17 fucking Final Fantasy 7s and a bunch of like one game has, like, the case was so broken I couldn't even tell what the fuck it was. And I can't remember what game I asked about, but I was like, what price do you want? What price you got for that? He has no prices on half this shit. He's like, hold on, let me check. So he's checking eBay. He's giving me eBay prices. I'm like, motherfucker, what the fuck is wrong with you? If I wanted to get something off eBay, guess what? I can order it off eBay, and I don't have to leave the goddamn house. So you don't really understand the way a game store works. So he's what you don't want to be. And there's, like I said, there's another place I used to go to all the time called Backs and Videos. I've told you guys about this place. Like, it's so weird. Half the place sells vacuum cleaners. Half the place sells video games. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, no sense. There is none. But this place used to be good. They used to be they used to be next door, and then they moved like over one, like, and it's just so fucking strange. And you go in there now, and it just sucks. They got the same shit every time you go in, and so they don't ever want to give you anything for anything you bring in to try to sell them. And they're on like a buying freeze, so they're only going to give you store credit for anything you bring in. And like I said, all this shit has been there for years. Like, it's scary. Like, they're just like caught in like a time warp. Like, they never sell anything and they never buy anything. So, like, it's just like this perpetual, like, frozen in time thing. They're the store I was telling you about that has Earthbound repro cart for $150. And I'll tell you why that is because somebody traded in Earthbound. These stupid motherfuckers probably gave them, like, real Earthbound money, and then they found out that it was a repro cart, and now they're fucked. So they're trying to recoup their costs on this Earthbound. So they even have it in a glass case and everything. It's the most pathetic thing you've ever seen. So, game stores have the opportunity to circumvent that. And I've had a lot of people tell me like their local game store is pretty cool. This one guy I talked to, his game store dude gives him good deals and shit. If you can find that, be good to those places because there is nothing left. Okay, flea markets, garage sales, big box stores, fucking eBay. No, it's done. I hope we can get over this at some day. I hope it comes crashing down because it can't stay high forever. It can't keep going up. It's gonna get to the point that people will be like, enough. I'm not giving you that for this. Okay. A lot of people want to tell me that. Oh well, a lot of people don't know how to work emulators. They don't. Give me a fucking break. That doesn't fly anymore. Okay. Even your grandfather can get a ROM working, bitches. Okay. That shit is on the fucking Google Play Store and shit. Like, they see it. Like, they go through the app. Oh, NES? And then they click on it. They download it. They figure out what ROMs are. It takes them maybe a half an hour to do that. They download the game. The rest is history, bitches, okay? I remember back in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s, I looked up how to play NES on my computer, and the rest is history. First ROM I ever played was Friday the 13th. Because I've always wanted to play that game and could never play it. And I was disappointed like everybody else was. But I'll never forget that. Just play ROMs, bitches. Okay? Nobody's judging you. You're smart for doing it. NES has been priced out completely. Scalpers are ruining it for everybody. Look at what happened with the NES Classic. Look at what's going to happen with the SNES Classic. I don't want to hear nothing about this fucking thing. It's going to be a joke. There are people already camped out waiting for that motherfucker. This is just a payday for these people. You're not going to get an SNES Classic. This is not going to happen. Okay? And unless like you have connections, you're probably not going to get one. If you thought the NES Classic was hard to get, just wait. I don't even want to see this thing. Don't even bring it up on my channel. Fuck that shit. Get a Raspberry Pi, bitches. And if you guys don't know how to set them up, get a hold of me. I will help you. It ain't that hard. There's no reason why you guys need to be paying these exorbitant prices for this shit. This has been a fun rant, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I have. And I think this is one of my best rants of all time. If I do say so myself. Sound Rob out. See ya, bitches.